I'd like to call the meeting to order of the Edgar County Board for the December meeting. Would you all please rise for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for all being here. Appreciate it. Mr. Clerk, if you're ready, would you please call the roll?
Good morning, everybody. Patrick.
Here.
Bruner.
Here.
Chittick.
Here.
Farnham. Lorenzen. Luddington.
Here.
And Voigt.
Present.
I'm getting closer to the top, aren't I?
Yes, you are. We're moving you up all the time, Dan. All right. By the way, just as a side note, we get Christmas cards all the time, fellow board members, and we got one this morning from Joe, which is kind of humorous because it shows a couple of guys fighting over the receipt, but so they can expense it. But the Augie's office has a lot of them hanging up if you want to check them out, see who's sending us Christmas cards. Kind of a side note. All right, we have the minutes to act upon for November 8th, regular meeting, and November 29th, regular meeting. We have two, obviously, in the month of November. You've had those in your packet. I need a motion to approve those minutes as presented, or if you have corrections. Phil moves. Dan seconds. Yeah, you don't have to sign anything.
All right. I'm thinking all the time.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Minutes are approved as presented. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Claims against the county. You've also had those for a few days. We had a few questions that we got answered Monday morning. Are there any additional inquiries or comments about the bills? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the claims against the county? Andy moves.
Second.
John seconds. I assume you're ready to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Thank you. Next is claims for the county board members. You've also had those for a few days. Are there any questions? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve the claims for county board members.
So moved.
Dan moves. Phil seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. They also are passed, approved. And now we come to the time in our meeting for public comment. We ask that you limit your comments as a matter of policy to 5 minutes. Is there any public comment this morning? Hearing none, we'll move on to number 8, highway resolutions. First is resolution adopting Edgar County Highway Department's policy memorandum 2017-01 qualification-based selection process. We discussed that on Monday morning. Do you have any additional comments or clarifications? Are there any questions of our engineer? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to approve this resolution. Carl moves.
Second.
Dan seconds. Any further discussion? Mr. Clerk, would you call the roll?
Patrick.
Yes.
Bruner.
Yes.
Chittick.
Yes.
Farnham.
Yes.
Luddington.
Yes.
Does carry 5-0. Next, resolution authorizing the county board chair to sign an intergovernmental agreement with Young American Township Road District for the snow removal and ice control of County Road 6 in Edgar County. Likewise, we discussed the next two items. The number 3 deals with Prairie, exactly the same agreement or similar agreement, only on Highway 3 and 9. So are there any additional comments, Mr. Engineer?
None. Any questions?
Any questions out there, guys? I'd entertain a motion to approve the resolution. Carl moves, Andy seconds. Any further discussion? Would you please call the roll, Augie?
Patrick,
Yes.
Brunner,
Yes.
Chittick,
Yes.
Farnham,
Yes.
and Ludington.
Yes.
Item 3, which I've already sort of described, is an intergovernmental agreement allowing me to sign this with Prairie Township Road District for snow removal and ice control on a portion of County Road 3 and 9 in Edgar County. Further discussion? Entertain a motion to approve this resolution. Andy moves, Carl seconds. Mr. Clerk?
Patrick,
Yes.
Brunner,
Yes.
Chittick,
Yes.
Farnham,
Yes.
Ludington.
Yes.
It does carry. All those resolutions carried 5-0. It's number 9. I turn it over to the clerk to describe the dates, times, and location of county board meetings for 2018. Mr. Clerk?
So you've had a chance, hopefully you've had a chance to look at those in your board packet. For the most part, it pretty much is the same pattern that we've done for years and years. Second Wednesday of the month, 9 o'clock in this courtroom. We did not have to adjust for any holidays. So do you have any questions of me?
What's the 2 in December for?
The 2 in December, the first one, I believe that's December the 3rd, will be the organizational meeting of the board following the November election.
Okay.
You'll be sworn in.
Pardon?
You'll be sworn in if you're elected, Dan,
Okay.
at 9 a.m. and then or somewhere around there, and then we'll have an organizational meeting.
Okay.
We're gonna move you right up to the front row, Dan.
So I get my name at the top once?
And if you're not re-elected, you don't have to be at that one.
Could be a write-in.
It should be a fairly brief meeting.
How many votes I need?
1.
Okay.
And then
That'd be nice to get two. I don't know about that. Thanks.
The second meeting in December obviously would be our regular
Okay.
board meeting.
Thank you.
Sir?
Any questions? Okay, I'd take a motion to accept Augie's recommendation on county board meetings.
So moved.
Dan moves, Andy seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Next item is the time, dates, and locations of study sessions, Augie. And they also dovetail in with our, no, it doesn't, never mind, go ahead.
Yeah, the first meetings, we have 2 a month, and the first meeting of the month will be the Monday before our regular board meeting, and you'll have your highway meetings, joint motor fuel and road and bridge, at 9 o'clock, and then the study sessions will be always at 9:30. Noting that February the 13th is a Tuesday because the 12th, we recognize Lincoln's birthday, or is that President's Day? It's one or the other. Lincoln's birthday. And then October 9th is a Tuesday because the 8th is Columbus Day. And then the only other date that I would call attention to would be December 24th. But we can play that by ear. It's on the agenda, it's on the schedule, the agenda. If we need it, fine. If we don't, because it's the day before Christmas, we can make that call later in the year. And again, out the highway office. Any questions?
Take a motion to approve Augie's recommendations on study sessions.
I'll make that.
Carl moves, Andy seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. It does carry. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Augie, for your work on that and getting this squared away. Next, Augie presented you with the sheriff's semi-annual report on fees collected. You should have it there. Do we normally approve those or accept them?
We just basically move to accept
Okay, all right,
that they're filed, but there isn't anything
right, approve.
right.
I'll make a motion that we accept this and put it on file.
Thank you, Carl. Oh, do we have a second, please? Yes, Phil seconds. Assuming you're ready to vote, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Thank you. And Augie, you have your fees, semi-annual fees. Did you want to present those and make any highlights that you'd like to make on them?
The far right-hand column, comparing that to same period a year ago, we're down a little bit. Back in 2016, that was a big recording year. A lot of land changing hands. The other thing of note is the special use permit that the board approved. You can see that number is $800. So that's for the temporary 24-hour, 36-hour liquor permit.
There were that many.
Yeah, so, and these are all 24 hours. So it seems to be working as planned. Other than that, I really don't have anything else to comment, unless you have questions for me.
I'd entertain a motion to accept and place on file this report from the clerk's office. John moves. Andy seconds. Assume you're ready to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Next item is a resolution to participate in State's Attorney Appellate Prosecutors Program for fiscal year beginning December 1st, 17 and ending November 30th, 18. This is as I explained Monday morning, a $7,000 fee that
How much was?
$7,000. And we do it annually, and this gives the state's attorney some flexibility in case we run into some instances where he needs some assistance for particular needs as far as litigation. I'd accept a motion to, unless there's questions. Are there any questions? I'd accept a motion to move. Dan moves.
I'll second that.
Carl seconds. Assume you're ready to vote. Mr. Clerk, when you have a chance, would you call the roll?
Patrick,
Yes.
Bruner,
Yes.
Chittick,
Yes.
Farnham,
Yes.
and Ludington.
Yes.
It does carry 5-0. Now we'll come to the portion of the meeting where we have the department heads give a report. Monty?
Well, everything's going nice and quietly along at the moment for probation, so. A little nervous with juveniles being out of school for Christmas, but hopefully they behave. Vermillion does have some openings now, Vermillion County for the juvenile detention, so we might be able to use them instead of guard dogs. So hopefully we have a quiet holiday season. That's about it.
Any questions of Monty?
I've got a question. We're not we don't have a bed reserve. You know, at one time, I think we pay an annual fee or
No,
something?
they have, if they have openings, they will take ours. If they are full, they will not, yeah, that's just their policy.
So you say you were using Terre Haute?
Yeah, if they are, full, and will not accept one, if we have somebody who's for certain offenses, a max offense, then we'll use Terre Haute. It's just, it requires the arresting agency to provide transportation, and so it's a little more inconvenient, whereas Vermillion comes here.
Right. You don't use Benson's anymore?
No, Terre Haute's closer and
Yeah.
just same price, so that's why we went to Terre Haute. Yeah, so we have a backup facility lined up. Vermillion had been at maximum capacity up until until about a week ago. So, yes.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thanks, Monty.
No problem.
Angie?
Everything's going okay right now. I had one clerk resign, and I hope to have that filled by the end of the week. But other than that, it's going okay.
Okay. Any questions for Angie? Okay. Jill?
Not a lot. Been doing the fire with Red Cross and the fire department, that smoke detector program, free smoke detectors to anyone in the county, as long as they're not a renter. We have gotten, Gary put some little article in the paper, and we've gotten a lot of responses to that, so that's been going well. And other than that, not a lot going on.
Okay, thank you. Question,
Can I
John?
back up real quick for Angie? The person that resigned, I mean, I assume there's no problems there, nothing, no reasons that we need to know about.
No, she had a job offer at NAL, making more
Okay.
money,
Okay.
so that's,
No, fair enough. I was just curious, people, an employee leaves, it's nice to know why.
yeah, right, I understand that, but I told her if she could better herself.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah.
She can be a farmer,
Okay, thank you. Janet?
Nothing really to report, everything's moving pretty smoothly.
A lot of flu shots?
We still have some available, but, we've certainly given plenty, but definitely still available. The regular dose is still $25, a lot of places have increased, and we haven't. So our place is a good place to come.
Any questions of Janet? Hi, Tom.
Good morning. Our beacon light is on order.
Okay,
Any idea of a time frame?
Was it the Champagne outfit that got on bid?
Altamont.
Altamont.
okay.
Did Champagne bid?
Mhm.
What was the cost?
14,200.
The other was 50,000 with
Yeah,
it? A little different.
we took the lower.
Yes, we did. Aaron, do you have anything to?
No, nothing to add, thank you.
Okay. Honky?
One thing that's coming next month, I think I mentioned this Monday, the legislature recently passed a new law that requires all municipalities, units of government, to have an updated sexual harassment policy. And our so we have some drafts of one that's coming right out of the statute. One is from UCCI, and the other one is from the Illinois Association of County Board Members. So Mark and I are working on that. But it's also an opportunity to look at our current personnel policy, which needs a lot of updating. So I will for sure be bringing you, the new law, you have to have your revised policy in effect by January 15th. So we meet on January the 13th, I believe. So pretty straightforward, right out of the statutes. And I can't promise you that we'll have a revised personnel policy ready for you next month, but we're gonna start working on that. We need to get that updated.
Sexual harassment.
Yep.
Terry, I'm sorry for everything I ever said. Sometimes I can't help myself.
Good heavens. Okay.
And I would like to thank all of the department heads and their staff, everybody that helped with our courthouse Christmas luncheon last Friday. Seemed to go over very well.
It was super.
Good. And so we appreciate those who came and those who helped work. So I want to say thank you for that. And then also I want to just say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody.
Thanks. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Are there any questions of Augie? Don was unable to be here. He's the only one manning the treasurer's office this morning, so you do have a copy of the accounts, which is pretty straightforward. Please remember that right now we're due about $238,340 on arrears through November. So we have a few accounts receivable that have not been collected that we normally do, that would put us more in line with the last year. I guess that's it. I guess it's time for committee reports. Mr. Brunner?
I don't have much, I just know Andrew's still working, I really haven't contacted her about, should have to have surgery or not, but she's still working, so.
I did get a chance to talk to
You
her.
said you did, yeah. I think
Let
she's
us
done all
know
right.
that, that we concerned, and
Yeah.
she said she was fighting through it, so. Okay, thank you, Dan. Andy?
Not much.
Okay. Still haven't heard from,
Have you heard from Lonnie yet?
I haven't heard from him yet. I mean, once we get past the Christmas season, maybe I can sit down and catch up on some emails. I haven't heard anything, not an email or anything from him.
Bill?
Nope.
John?
No?
Carl?
Nothing.
Okay. Did want to let you know that on the 26th, we have a study session. After the study session, we'll have a negotiation meeting with our attorney who will be here from Springfield. He's coming in. We'll set a time, but we'll give ourselves probably around 10 or 10:30. And so the committee can meet, and whoever else would like to attend. I can't see that it'd be nothing.
Can we attend?
But I can't see any reason why that wouldn't be helpful. We all need to be on the same page. So he will be here on the 26th, okay? And we'll make sure that everybody's aware of that and send you a reminder. We have a need of a closed session. I know that it has to be for land acquisition. Do we want it for anything else at this point? Okay, so I'd entertain a motion to go into closed session for so what do I do? For land acquisition?
I'll make that motion.
Carl moves that for land acquisition only, and Andy seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We'll take a 5-minute break, and we'll come back to that. If you have any questions about anything?
You don't need to take any action.
Oh, I'm sorry. No action, no action will be taken because we don't have anything on the agenda to approve it.
Session.
Is there anything else to come before the regular meeting of the county board for December? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved by Derek, seconded by Andy. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nay, or opposed, nay. We are adjourned, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.